YouTube is censoring creators on their platform. In some cases, limiting their reach. In other cases, shutting down their accounts completely. Why are they doing this? Is it in the public's best interest? Let's explore. Right, so welcome to video number 10. 10 out of 10 so far. I can't believe we're here. Thanks for watching and supporting this channel so far. So I actually had in mind over the weekend to cover the issue of censorship in general, and it was because I jumped onto Twitter and I found out from Patrick Bet-Davis, who runs a very popular podcast called the PBD podcast, which I've been enjoying for a lot of the last year. And an episode that I'd actually tuned into a little bit of over the weekend, he explained that they'd noticed very strange glitches with the YouTube live broadcast. And he said they'd never had anything like it before. He interviewed his whole team. They said they agreed. It was very unusual. And the almost 2 hour long interview was only visible for a couple of minutes. So it had just all been lost. Eventually things did get restored. That's because, quite likely, because their Twitter video explaining it did go viral. That's where I saw it, on Twitter. And I thought I'd cover this topic because it's worth shining a light on to an extent. I think that I've been targeted, namely my Instagram account last year got taken down for a few months until I removed a certain link. I'd like to do a video on that, explaining that later. It's also on my on a podcast episode I have with Jake and PJ. That's on its way. However, I left that topic on the back burner. I've been chatting about other things. Hope you've seen the other videos. Hope you've enjoyed it. And today I thought I'll cover that topic. Started to feel better after my tooth extraction. Got a bit more energy. And I thought let's dive into the issue of censorship. Let's talk about it. So we should be on the lookout and on the alert for when it happens. And when it happens, ask why. And just as I was planning to sit down at night and shoot this video, I was alerted to a 19-year-old creator. His name's Shaney. His last name is Shaney. Let me get this. This is all live and raw right now. Shaney Ginsberg. And his tweets went viral on Twitter because he was explaining that he had lost his YouTube account. Very strange, and I've looked into it a little bit. It seems like he's 100% telling the truth when he says, if I could find his tweets quickly, he says that he had gotten close to 150,000 subscribers on YouTube in 3 months and got 185 million views. And I think I've just put the tweet into this video, but I'm learning about this content creation thing myself. So, all right. He says, YouTube has now permanently banned my channel the same day I did an interview with Vivek Ramaswamy that attracted millions of views. I believe that. You can, by the way, find the video on Instagram and on Twitter and Rumble, but not YouTube. In the past 3 months, he says, I've taken this channel from 0 to 150,000 subs and 185 million views. This is blatant censorship in front of our eyes. I had 0 strikes on this channel, so we're going to have to take his word on that. I believe him. Sounds legit. And was given no reason for the ban. That's very believable based on many people's testimony. I will continue posting my content as planned on X and will become one of the biggest creators on this platform. So this is the next step. He's decided not to go all in on Rumble. He's going in on X. I'm sure he'll keep reposting on Rumble. But X has certainly got a way larger audience than Rumble at this time, as great as the technology on Rumble is. But I was fascinated by this. Again, this was late at night, so I've just been on a deep dive, watched a few of his videos, and I would describe him as a prankster, a little bit of a punk, 19-year-old kid just going out on the streets and doing interviews and etc. There's one clip where I felt awkward because lady had iPhone things in her ears, and he goes up and interviews her, and she said, "I'm on the phone," and he didn't walk away quickly. I was like, "Bro, she's on the phone on her ear, unless she's lying. Walk away." But he just kept pushing and pushing. So, but for a 19-year-old punk kid who's creating comedy sketches, talking with strangers, I mean, okay, he's just going to do what he's going to do. He's going to do stuff like that. Get over it. But to cut off his YouTube channel, come on. So I'm actually deliberately going to play the video right now. And this is allegedly the video that got him banned. So watch and tell me what you think.
All right, Shane, I got a challenge for you. You solve that Rubik's Cube while I'm telling you about what we're going to do for the federal government.
You got a deal.
All right, I think mine's simpler than yours. We get elections we can trust and believe in this country. Single-day voting on Election Day as a national holiday with paper ballots, government-issued voter ID to match the voter file. And yes, I say English as the sole language that appears on a ballot. That's not too much to ask. That's not controversial. That's common sense. It's not a black idea. It's not a white idea. It's an American idea. And we fought a revolution to secure. You want to close your borders. That's what it means to be a country. A country without borders isn't a country. I'll use our own military to protect against our own southern borders invasion rather than somebody else's border invasion halfway around the world. And birthright citizenship for the kids of illegals to whom it doesn't apply. Anyone who's in this country illegally should be returned to their country of origin. I don't think that that's controversial. This is common sense. You get ahead in this country not in the color of your skin, but the content of your character. What does that mean? The best person gets the job, no matter the gender, no matter the race, no matter the sexuality. I'm going to fix that starting with our woke indoctrination in our military. We're done with that, so our military actually protects this country. Got another simple one for you as you're working out the harder challenge there. The people who we elect to run the government should be the ones who actually run the government, not the shadow government and the deep state. So you know what? I'm going to fire 75% of those federal bureaucrats just as fast as you solve that Rubik's Cube. That's how we're going to get this country back. It's not that complicated, is it?
No, not at all.
So that is a video that this guy posted, which led to his channel getting taken down. And if you go to his channel, it's a pretty strange spelling. I'll put the links in the description below. But if he's assuming he's telling the truth, then I believe him. He hadn't had any strikes, and on the day that video went up, YouTube decided to pull the plug. So why would they do that? So they do have obvious rules at YouTube that I personally support, such as if you're doxing someone, so you're giving away someone's personal information like their address or phone number. So if there's a politician, no matter how evil you think they are, if you put their personal address online or their phone number, then it's illegal. So they will remove that content. Or if you're inciting violence or just real obvious stuff like that. So is there anything in that video that comes under those sort of obvious categories? No. So it appears to me that YouTube is trying to silence this politician. So perhaps they're even trying to save democracy by silencing certain political voices. So I don't like that at all, and that's why I was going to speak on it today, talking about PBD's podcast being limited or squashed a bit. And it got restored, like I said, because they made a fuss out of it and brought attention to it, which might have made things worse. Who did they have on that episode? Donald Trump's lawyer. They were interviewing her. It was actually, I've got a lot of the way through. It's actually quite a fascinating interview. Worth hearing their side of the argument. So I don't like that at all. It's part of the reason why I'm primarily posting on Rumble. Maybe from here on I'll do Twitter as well. It's just a lot of time. I don't have loads of time these days, but I'm sticking with this 30-day challenge on Rumble. So maybe I'm going to post this video in other places. We'll see what happens. Wherever else you're watching us, go across to Rumble because that's where I'm posting every day. Just having fun posting a daily video. I'm challenging myself to put out words, put out content daily, execute. And I also think that what I have to say is sometimes worth sharing. But just be aware, these social media companies have a lot of power, and as well as YouTube, which is of course under Google or Alphabet, I think they're called, that's the mother company. The other big one is Meta, because Meta oversees Facebook and Instagram and now Threads. So that's the alternative to Twitter that's no doubt just going to crack down on content that's not politically correct, for sure. But yeah, just be aware. I think it's worth engaging with platforms, as bad as you might think they are, because you will connect with some people, but just be ready. They could pull the plug at any time. So if you're going to build your whole career on one platform, like what if this guy Shaney had built all of his hopes and dreams on YouTube, thinking, oh, that'll be there forever. Surely they won't cancel my account just because I support Donald Trump or support Vivek Ramaswamy. Unfortunately, they're in the game of shutting down political opponents, it seems. So, all right, that's all I got to say. I might share about my Instagram story later about how Instagram stopped me from posting. I think it's a fun one, and I still do not know exactly why, because the reason given it made 0 sense. So probably put a video up about that later, let you decide for yourself. In the meantime, have an awesome day. If there's anything else you want me to talk about in the realm of music, arts, politics, I like to think I sometimes make politics interesting. Whatever, family, the Bible, faith, life, other stuff, put it in the comments. I'll do my best. If there's a comment, I'm going to try and mention it in a video, or maybe make a video out of it. We'll see. Have an awesome day. God bless you. See you on the next one.